Good morning friends, this is Savita from Coastline. It has been a long time we have not travelled anywhere just because of Corona. So today we all together like to travel by train to different places of our country. Before we go into train, let me say something about our country. This is our country. This is a political map of our country where you can see all the states are there. Let me explain about the geographical features of this country. The geographical features of this country, we see the total area of this country. The total area of our country is 32 lakhs 87,000 263 square kilometers is the total area of our country. If we measure the distance from north to south, the total area is 3,214 kilometers. If we measure the distance from west to east, the total area is 2,933 kilometers. Next come to the latitudes and longitudes. See this globe. On the globe, you can find the thin lines drawn from North Pole to South Pole, and you can find small lines which are drawn across the globe. When a line is drawn across the globe from west to east, they are known as latitudes. From 0 degrees latitudes to 90 degrees latitudes, north and south we find. Then we have the semicircles touching North Pole and South Pole. These semicircle lines are known as the longitudes. So, let me explain the extension of our country India on these latitudes and longitudes. When I see the extension of our country, the latitude extension is 8 degrees 4 minutes north to 37 degrees 6 north latitudes. So if we see the map, here is 8 degrees. 8 degrees, these are the lines latitudes. If we go up 34 and this is 36 degrees. So this is the latitude extension of our country. Coming to the longitude extension. 68 degrees 7 minutes east to 97 degrees 25 degrees east longitude. So here you see 68 degrees, go on like this, 68, 72, 76, up till here 96, and here comes the 97. This is the longitudinal extension of our country. Coming to the Indian Standard Meridian. What is a standard meridian? A standard meridian is a line which runs from Europe, that is from England, from London. This 0 degree longitude we have taken as a standard time. And from there, the countries which are located east, the countries which are located west, that there will be a time difference. All the countries which are located towards the east, they will be ahead of Greenwich longitude. And the countries which are there behind the Greenwich longitude, they will be behind the time. Like this, if we take every longitude, there will be 4 minutes of time. If you calculate from Greenwich longitude, get me the globe. If you calculate the time from the Greenwich, here you can see this is England, London. So this is 0 degrees Greenwich longitude. If these countries, they will be ahead because they are there east, and these countries they are behind because they are on the west. So if we see India is located here, 5.5 is the time difference between Greenwich longitude and Indian Standard Meridian. So exactly speaking, Indian Standard Meridian, it is 82 degrees and 30 minutes. Here you can see 80, 84. Between here you find 80 degrees longitude, that is the Indian Standard Time. Why do we need Indian Standard Time? Because I said the total area is very vast. If we say from Arunachal Pradesh to the Gujarat, there will be 2 hours time difference. So we cannot have, each state cannot have their own particular time. That's why we have taken an Indian Standard Meridian, and all our watches are adjusted to that, and every part of our country we follow that time. Going further, coming to the coastline. This area is known as the coastline. India is having a very big coastline, that is 7,516.6 kilometers is the total coastline. So this is all about our country's geographical area. So friends, hope everybody is ready. So you have got a minimum knowledge of our country. Going further, now we'll get into our train. I'll divide all of us into different groups. So we keep a name for our train. The name is MDNR West train. Okay, TSWRS MDNR West is our train, and we'll be traveling in this train from here to up till Himalayas, then up till to Kanyakumari. All the places will be covered. Before getting into train, in bogie number 1, first sitting RCO madam and her team will be there. Bogie number 2, DCO madam and her team will be there. And bogie number 3, we have Rajalakshmi madam and her team. And the last bogie, we have Raghu sir and their team will be there. So please get into the train and be happy, cheer up, let's travel and visit our places. So everybody, hope you have got it. Please sit it, get comfortable, let's have snacks and start traveling. So when we started our traveling, our RCO madam, Florence madam, she started saying, let me give some introduction to your teachers about the Himalayas. So madam said that there are different physical features in our country. At the top, from north to east, okay, northeast, the Himalayan mountains are stretching. Down to that, this green color, you find the Indo-Gangetic plain. And this orange is the Great Indian or the Thar Desert. Down to that, here you find this triangular shape Peninsula Plateau. This green belt and this green belt, okay, together you call it as the coastal plains. And the last, we have the Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep Islands. These are the physical features today what we are going to learn. Among all the physical features, if we see that picture wise, so these are the Himalayan mountains covered with snow and ice, Indo-Gangetic plain, then you have the Great Indian Thar Desert, this is a plateau region, and these are the coastal plains, and then these are the islands what we have. Then, madam still further, she said that today we will be learning about the Himalayas. Himalayan mountains, if we go for the extension, the total distance covered by the Himalayas is 2,400 kilometers. That is from north to northeast, that is the extension. And the width is 500 to 200 kilometers. And there are 3 divisions. The first division is known as the Greater Himalayas. In the first division, the height, or we call it as the elevation, is 6,100 meters. 6,100 meters, how we have measured? By taking sea as the basis. Sea level is taken as the basis, and from there we have taken 6,100 is the meters of the total height of the Greater Himalayas. In this region, you find world's highest peaks such as Mount Everest, Kanchenjunga, Nanga Parbat. You all know that our students, they have scaled the Mount Everest, that is Purna and Anand. The total height of Mount Everest is 8,848 glaciers. What is a glacier? A glacier is a huge piece of ice. Right, when the snow completely go on falling, one day it will become hard like a rock. Then we call it as a glacier. So you find very big glaciers in this particular region. And the moment Arjo madam stopped, immediately our Devasena DCO madam, she started saying, Madam, wait, even I have something to share with you all. So she started saying, Madam, in the Himalayas, the second part we have is the Middle Himalayas. We call it as Middle Himalayas, or it may also known as the Himachal. The total elevation of this is 3,500 to 4,500 meters from the sea level. And then in this you find many ranges such as Kilimanjaro range. A range is a continuous series of mountains. You call it as a range. Karakoram range, Peer Panjal ranges are the examples. And you find many hill stations. Hill stations are the beautiful places such as Mussoorie, Nainital and Darjeeling are the few examples for the hill stations which we find in the Middle Himalayas or the Himachal. The moment she stopped, then our Rajalakshmi, DCO madam, she started, Madam, please do me some chance. Even we are here, our region is waiting to say something to you all. And having said that, the third region is the Shivalik range, or it is also known as Outer Himalayas or foothills of the Himalayas. So this region, the total elevation is 600 to 1500 meters is the total elevation. And this region we find many beautiful valleys such as Brahmaputra valleys and many beautiful lakes are there. Apart from this, in this you find dunes. A dune is a place between two mountains. When the fine slate brought by the rivers, they settle down between two mountains on the foothills, it will become a plain between two mountains. Then you call it as a dune. So example to this we have Dehradun, Patli Dune and Kotli Dune. And these places they are very beautiful for the settlement and agricultural purpose. The moment when our madam has stopped, immediately Raghu sir and his team, they said, Madam, please even let us share something about Himalayas. And Raghu sir started saying that these Himalayas, the three parts of the Himalayas, they are very helpful for the human beings. And he started explaining the importance of Himalayas. So sir started, these Himalayas, they act as a barrier in protecting the cold winds from the Siberia. Every year, winds from Siberia will be coming, but the height of the Himalayas is so high that they are protecting us, these winds not entering into our country. If these winds might have entered into our country, every year thousands of people in the North India they might have died due to the severe cold and our blood might have been become like an ice cubes. That is the cold of the Siberian winds. Apart from this, they even act as a barrier in protecting from other countries. The height of the Himalayas is so high, our enemies, they cannot cross that height of the Himalayas and enter into our country. Let's go for the next importance. These Himalayas, they are the source of the rivers. As these Himalayas, they are covered with ice and snow, we have to see that the rivers such as river Indus, river Ganga and river Brahmaputra, they will be flowing in these and they have many tributaries. So these rivers, we find 365 days water in the rivers. The reason is that the mountains are covered with ice and snow. So in the summer the ice will melt and in the winter again they will be having rainfall. So like the 365 days water will be flowing which is used for navigation agriculture purpose. Apart from this we have formation of Indo-Gangetic plain. These rivers they get the fine slate which is very fertile known as alluvial soil. By the time the rivers come to the foothills, the speed of the river is reduced and the slate is deposited on the banks of the and over a period of time, they have formed like Indo-Gangetic plain, which is very fertile. That soil is known as the Indo-Gangetic. The soil is known as alluvial soil, and which is very good for the cultivation of all crops. Going further, these Himalayas, they are the tourist places because they are beautiful, covered with ice, snow, and trekking takes place. Many hill stations, many valleys are there. People from all over the world, they come to visit these places. So it acts as a source of income to our nation. Next, we have the many apple trees are grown to that climate. The climate is so good that apple trees are grown in the Himalayas and we export to other countries. We produce even hydroelectricity from the rivers which come from the Himalayas. Due to the speed of the water, continuous flow of the water, hydroelectricity is generated. And you all know that India is a Ayurveda nation. And these Ayurveda, they get many medicinal plants from the Himalayan mountains. Many herbal plants we find. So overall, Sir said that we get employment opportunities from the Himalayan mountains. So dear friends, we have travelled a lot in the plane and we have learned so many things about the Himalayan mountains. So it is already night, I think. We had snacks, so many chit chat, and they travelled a lot. So it's night. Today night we halt in the hill station that is at Mussoorie in Halt. So let me show our hotel room, Mussoorie. So friends, this is our hotel where we are going to stay for the night. In this hotel we will stay, and tomorrow when we come back, we start again our train journey with the Indo-Gangetic plain. Thank you friends.